Welcome to On the Couch, a regular catch-up where we discuss the issues and problems facing marketing, media and advertising, and hopefully provide some solutions. Today, I'm joined again on the couch by Tom Skotidas, who is the General Manager of B2B at iCumulus. Welcome, Tom. Welcome back.
Thanks, Darren.
Look, it's great to have you back because since our last conversation around social selling, I have to say, as someone also at the other end of that, I hate it. And I hate it because so many people seem to be getting it wrong in that they connect to me or follow me and then immediately bombard me with sales messages. What are they doing wrong?
It follows the pattern that's demonstrated by many salespeople, which is, quantity over quality. And it's the nature of targets and the nature of sales that often, in order to hit targets, people will focus on the quantity part of their business, of their work, of their business, of their portfolio. With sales and social selling, quality really reigns over quantity. It's better to identify and approach 12 amazingly targeted prospects than it is to go after 100 people that are more scattered.
Look, and you're right, because it used to be email. You used to get bombarded by email for things that were totally irrelevant. And now it seems that social media has become the new way to bombard me with things that are totally irrelevant. Why is it, do you think, that people are not getting the relevancy part?
I think that those in sales often, at least when I'm training teams, think that social selling or LinkedIn or Twitter are a digital platform and they need to demonstrate digital behaviors, which means just mass. Mm-hmm. Whilst they're built on a digital platform, I see them as just extensions of real life sales. And if you remember that it's a real life sales platform, just another hammer, a great hammer, then it would force you to think about how you sell in real life, which is targeted, hopefully, and therefore you should apply the same approach to social selling on LinkedIn, for example.
Yeah, so you use the term a hammer. Is it a hammer because it is so disruptive? I mean, emails arrive in my inbox all the time, and if I look at them and they're not relevant, I delete them without reading it. Whereas I find it much harder doing that through social media because it's almost like I'm there with a connection to people.
That's right. But therein lies the power. It's good that we are confronted by it because as buyers, we should be confronted. The process of selling is about confronting. However gentle and relevant you are, you do need to shake the buyer and challenge them. And get their attention, right? So it's a great thing. But when you take the nature of social platforms and the social guilt they create in buyers, and then add spam or mass email or mass quantity-based approaches, then it doesn't work. What we need to do is harness the social guilt that we can get buyers to feel through a social forum, which is actually works to our advantage as salespeople, but also take a very high quality approach.
Because, sales, as you say, is a numbers game. I'm always confronted by the fact that when someone has clearly copied and pasted their sales message to me, and I know it's copied and pasted because they haven't even got my name right. Right? So, why do they fall into that numbers trap? You've said to hit their numbers, but don't they get that this is just working counter to what they're trying to achieve?
As I said earlier, social selling behavior follows very closely real life sales behavior. And in real life, most sales professionals wouldn't do that, but there are enough examples to know that often they get the wrong name in their emails or even direct mail. So this will follow online as well. It's just a natural evolution.
So what you're saying, these are the bad salespeople that are making social selling bad for everyone. Because I have to tell you, LinkedIn is getting a reputation amongst people I know as just being a hard sell center.
Yeah.
You could go to LinkedIn because you want to find out what your contacts are doing, what people are thinking, where the thought leaders are, and what you're getting is hard sell. So, you know, is the danger that these few people are going to accrue it for everyone?
I don't think so. It's unfortunate that you hear about the stupid applications, the crap applications, the sloppy applications, but you don't hear about the brilliant applications that generate multi-million-dollar deals eventually. You just don't hear about them. All you hear about is someone asking you to connect, and then 2 minutes later spamming you with a request to meet you, which is obviously outrageous. But there are also a lot of professionals who won't do that. They'll connect with you on the first of the month, and then they'll wait their 30 days. And during that time, they'll find a way to create further context and then reach out. So they're not desperate. They're happy to wait and let time work in their favor and context, as opposed to reaching out a minute after connecting. So you don't hear about those stories. All you hear about are the very frustrating ones.
So all you're really saying is that social selling, with the same care and concern that you would have if you were doing it face to face,
And context.
And context
And
is
timing.
the way to go.
And timing
Yeah.
is the way to go.
But just because it's a digital platform doesn't mean that there's all new rules. So if all of these things are the wrong way to do it, what's the right way?
It's not new rules. It's not digital selling. It's selling the right way, with the right empathy, the right relevance, the right personalization, but on a digital platform. Nothing changes. You could be 100 years old and be old school, dinosaur style in your sales. But if you're doing sales the right way, even if you're 100 years old, I don't care what your age is, what your gender is, apply that same principles to the digital platform, the care, the empathy, the correct spelling, the correct timing, name dropping people you know in common, which you do in real life, and that stuff works. But people don't do it because they think that a mass approach works.
And look, I think that's one of the big problems that the whole industry has, is that we look at success rates, but that for every success, the people that reject you don't just reject you by not responding.
Yes.
They actually walk away from that interaction with a very negative attitude. And that's why I wanted to invite you back for this chat, because last time, and you know, I'm a big fan of your approach to social selling, but I have to say the last few months, life on LinkedIn and other social platforms has just become unbearable, because there seems to be a growing group of people that are working counter to the way that you've proposed.
Yes, which means to be successful, double or triple your relevance, your targeting.
To stand out from these people.
Yeah, instead of approaching 100 people with a generic script and doing the same thing that a lot of other incompetent salespeople are doing, be the competent one, where you actually work your ass off to be ultra personalized. An example, if you see that you have 5 common connections with a prospect, you call your common connections and ask them for permission to reach out to that prospect, and then reach out to the prospect, name dropping those people and the context of how they came to give you permission. That always works.
Yeah.
100% of the time. Nobody does it.
Great advice. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Darren.
And thank you for tuning in to On the Couch. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and stay tuned for more On the Couch coming soon.